in the Disney World is the best place to get a hot dog.
Princess Bear, today we're in Disney's Magic Kingdom. Because we are summoned by glorious purpose.
We're going to Casey's Corner.
Because we want to know who's really got the best hot dog in Walt Disney World. Is it Casey's Corner or is it
BB Wolf?
Yes, which number one choice of foodie entertainment. We're here to figure out who's going to win, so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go get that dog.
It's time to foodie and chill. The infamous Casey's Corner Chicago dog that I have not had since it came out like 2 years ago. And when we got it, they didn't even have the neon relish. So I had to put regular relish on it, and it was a big disappointment. Now, previous to this, at Fairfax Fair at Disney's Hollywood Studios, there used to be a Chicago dog salad. And that was similar to this, but no bun, just greens. Weird, I know. Let's see how this tastes. Now, I'm not the Chicagoan. Bear is. He did grow up. Or he spent a little bit of time in Chicago. I have only flown through Chicago. Stopped at the airport. So, oof. Well, I'm getting pieces of her, I guess. Let me try. Yeah. I'm making a mess now. Let me just... Yeah, this is an epic fail. Well, I commit to my mistakes. This is the same bun that they use at Animal Kingdom. At the... What is the name of that place? Across from Pizza Safari. Right now they're serving like a no, not Smiling Coffee.
Terra Treats.
Yes, Terra Treats. Right now they're doing like a plant-based and a regular hot dog situation. Same bun, same Beyond sausage. Pretty much all of them are Beyond sausage, so that's not abnormal. The relish just tastes like relish, even though it's neon green. That's fine. The tomatoes are great. They don't really add anything, and the mustard is okay. I know Bear and I did like a hot dog off once where we did BB Wolf, Hot Dog Hall of Fame at Universal, and Portillo's. And when we did those three, I thought Portillo's was best. And if I had to compare this to Portillo's, obviously Portillo's is better. So I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I would give it like a 3 out of 5 hot dogs. It's like barely above average. I would prefer to go to Summerfest and get their secret menu vegan Bratwurst instead of this.
Princess outing me as a former Chicago resident. I say former because it's been a little bit. It was northern Chicago, like suburbs of Chicago, but I still claim that it's like a third home. Got a lot of homes, moving around a lot. But I actually utterly despise hot dogs in every shape and form. The only 2 hot dogs that I will break my hot dog boycott for is going to be a Chicago dog and a chili dog, normally. And for you guys, clearly. So we're just going to dive right in and eat this monstrosity. Now, I actually had a favorite hot dog spot when I lived in Chicago near the Naval Base. Was never on board with a like neon green relish. Could care less, actually. You can always tell a place doesn't sell a lot of plant-based anything because you can always taste the freezer burn when you get it. Always. Never fails. Didn't even notice freezer burn until we started eating a lot of alt meat dogs, alt meat burgers all over the place. I know that Casey's Corner has a lot of member berries, a lot of nostalgia, especially for people that love to come to Magic Kingdom. I understand. Old-timey ballpark hot dogs, but it ain't more than that. That's kind of the problem. I would give that 2.5 out of 5 claws. Honestly, I think it's the bun that kills it for me. It's not even the hot dog. Now, weirdly enough, my preferred hot dog configuration, hot dog, mustard on one side of the dog, relish on the other side of the dog, chili on top, and then more relish on top of that. Because I love a sweet pickle. Hate me if you want to. But I decided to go for the specialty dog here and got the pulled pork dog with slaw on it. Whether or not pulled pork belongs in a hot dog is not for me to decide. I'm just here to see if it is a worthy contender for some of the best hot dogs you can get here in this Walt Disney World. Just cut deep with the plastic fork. You know, after getting the wooden fork at Festival of the Arts this year in the America Pavilion, I think we need wooden knives everywhere because they are far superior to this plastic nonsense. We're just making a mess. I can see the appeal. Pulled pork, nice and tender, melts in the mouth. Sweet barbecue, on top of it just a plain hot dog. The slaw, crunchy. I like the texture. I don't love the hot dog. I like the texture, but again, not a huge hot dog lover. I need things to cover up the hot dog flavor, which is why I normally do the relish, mustard, and then chili, because at that point, what hot dog? It's just a vehicle for sauce. Like our friend Universal Orlando Vegans. But it's a hot dog. I wouldn't say that it's the most exotic hot dog or even the most fancy hot dog, but it feels like something that I would sit in a very too small seat at a sports venue and eat because I really had no other options. I would give it 2.75 out of 5 claws. We got right out of Casey's Corner and right out towards the exit.
It was getting busy because the parade and the fireworks are about to happen, and that's usually our time to leave. But we did want to add the other hot dog to the mix.
Yes, we know that you guys are nostalgic for that hot dog goodness, so let's go find some other hot dogs.
Let's head there. Now we come to the best Bratwurst, I think, on Disney World property outside of Summerfest. Though Summerfest bun is iffy because sometimes the pretzel is vegan and sometimes it's not, which just makes no sense to me whatsoever. And the gluten-free roll is not as nice. So we have this. The only place where you are guaranteed to get pretzel bun with sauerkraut and a beautiful mustard, and then somewhere deeply buried in here is a Beyond Bratwurst. Did I get a piece of Bratwurst in this cut? Let's find out. I can't see anything. Looks like maybe I did. I don't know. I also haven't fully got this bite, so let's see. Oh, bear coming in with the light, sorta. Okay, I got the smallest amount of Okay, let me just get. There we go. All right. All I needed was bear to give me the light. Just give me the light. Okay. Maybe if it cuts. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, one thing's for sure. This pretzel bun is a lot more difficult to maneuver than the super soft one that I got at Casey's. This is like almost impossible. And now I have to become a snake and unhinge my jaw to eat this piece of bread. We recently went to Biergarten and I got spoiled with their sauerkraut and pretzel. This pales in comparison. This is not as good as it usually is, and that makes me a little bit sad. I would never expect to say this, but I think that the Casey's hot dog in this scenario is actually better, but not by a lot. Ultimately, if I had to pick, I would pick this one, but I just think per iteration, this one is just not as good. I would give this one a 2.5 out of 5 Bratwurst, and that is very low for me. Like, normally this is like a 4 for me, so it's just this one in particular I feel like just doesn't hit. But, like, if you ask me, like, if you message us and be like, oh, Princess, like, what's your favorite place to get, like, a hot dog? I'd probably still say Baby Wolf. Yeah, Baby Wolf, Summerfest, or Terra Treats. Those are the ones right now.
The beloved Bratwurst. Pretzel bun, goodness. The German mustard. And the sauerkraut. Wow, this bun is... Boy, I need a chainsaw. Like... Cutting so deep in here on this plant-based dog, it feels like Fern Gully. Okay, Brat, kraut, pretzel bun. Check. That kraut feels like Hercules' pre-training arc. It's just not hitting the same. It needs some time with Philocchides, I think. Because it feels weak. Like, it's crunchy leaves, but it's just not hitting like I would expect kraut to hit. Or the whole thing suffers. The plant-based bratwurst, it's fine. Pretzel bun is a bit meh. So you cut it, you could feel it. It's just not have that pretzel bun bounce. That's a little disappointing. I would never want to give a win to Casey's that easily, but I mean, I gotta admit, the Casey's one was at least, I was feeling a little bit better about it. I give this a 2.75 out of 5 claws. We have gotten it days where I've given it, I think, a 4.5, 5. Today, it's just not it today. You win some, you lose some. The hardest part about coming to BB Wolf's here, a lot of times, is what to get. They have a lot of interesting dogs. They do specialty dogs from the regular. They do more specialty dogs than I think events happen in Disney World sometimes. They have so many different ones. They come in rotation. Sometimes they get new. Sometimes they revisit old ones. I did not realize they had a sampler tray. So I got 3 of their BB Wolf dogs. The first one up here is the Reuben. You have pastrami and onions on top of a split dog and a bun. That sauce, look at that. It's a biggie. Where to buy that? You know, I could dive in there and get all messy. But the princess, the sweetheart that she is, gotta be a knife and fork. I'm gonna listen to her for a change. Because if I do that, I'm gonna be snorting pastrami, and that doesn't sound fun. So, cut into that. Bun is nice and scoff. Plenty of the pastrami, plenty of the bun. This is one of those cases where the meat on top is so good. I can honestly just replace the hot dog with the pastrami. And like, what do I need the hot dog for, really? The hot dog is just sort of being like a holder. But the pastrami is good. Very strong on the onion. Sauce is good. It's got a nice bounce to it. The meat is nice and tender. I mean, if you think pulled pork on top of a hot dog is fancy, you haven't had this one yet. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. It's strong on the onion, but otherwise tasty. Here you have a sampling of one of my old favorites, the Ybor City Dog. This is basically pulled pork with mustard and a pickle. This is basically like not Texas, but a Tampa Cuban in hot dog form. It's even in a pressed bun instead of being like a split normal bun. This one is actually pickable, holdable in the fingies. The melted Swiss in there, you get the pulled pork and the mustard. Beautimous. There's a reason why that's one of my favorite ones here. I love a good Cuban, and Tampa is known for its Cubans. Even with the hot dog in there, it doesn't detract. You get nice, juicy pork, the pickles, and then the mustard. That is excellent. Super tasty, very unique, and still a hot dog, because a hot dog is basically just a sandwich. So we're not a Cuban. I would give that 4.25 out of 5 claws. Last up in the sampler, we have the Texas Chili Cheese Dog. This is the closest configuration to the hot dog that I prefer. You got a hot dog topped with chili. You got cheese, which I can do without. They put corn chips on top. So like Fritos, top of a hot dog. No idea why, but I am not picking up this messy boy. So we're just going to cut into here. Tons of the chili, bun, cheese, even a Frito Lay or two. Corn chip, if you will. That really just shows that the true power of a hot dog is in the fixings or the toppings. Because if the toppings are weak, so shall too be the hot dog. The chili is just like ground meat with sauce. The chili's not given any sort of like character. There's no spice to it. It's like seasoned, but if you told me it was sloppy Joe mix with meat in it, I would believe you. The cheese is fine. The corn chips, they add some texture, but they're not really adding any additional flavor. It's a chili dog, but only just barely. I would give that a 2.25 out of 5 claws. I think I would actually rather have the pulled pork dog from Casey's Corner rather than have that. And that's saying a lot, even for me. That's been a battle of the hot dogs.
I gotta say, we both fully expected walking into this that we would pick BB Wolf over Casey's, but we kind of picked Casey's over BB Wolf in some weird anomaly situation, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like Casey's gave the more like consistent classic flavor. While It's not like super fantastic or like super fancy hot dogs, they do what they do well.
They do.
BB Wolf is like, it's all about the toppings. When the toppings are bad, the hot dog is bad.
It's true. It's like when the broth is trash.
Yeah. But, you know, we tried. Casey's, I guess I got to take back any slander River said. It's been a little bit.
Temporarily.
Until the next time.
Yes.
If you guys like this format, the verses, let us know. The Princess has tons of ideas for this segment.
I do.
And you guys have already given us a lot, too. So, if there's anything else you see us do, by all means, the comments, that little place down there, will be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell down there. Get notified of whatever else we do. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will yeet himself into the downtown Disney.
I'm not eating myself in the paddlefish. I had an alibi that day. But you heard the girl.